Hey comrades, and welcome back to From the Depths with me, Richie. So I've decided to send a courageous north and to take out these two northern fleets. I think since they're fairly small in size, I can probably take both of them at the same time without any serious consequences. So let's get this show on the road. It's mopping up's taken quite a considerable amount of time, really. I wasn't expecting it to take this long, to be honest. We're up against the Scylla, a Martyr, and another Martyr. And the other fleet's got a Martyr and a Ripper. I think what I'll do here is I'll launch the aircraft and then take manual control, take that into battle. It looks like he's found me already. Just angle the shields a little bit so they bounce off the armour. Oh, let's go onto this screen as well so it's a bit nicer. Thankfully, I don't think there should be much of a challenge, really. Yeah, not with this kind of overwhelming force on my side. And there he goes, beautiful. And there goes one of the Martyrs in the background. Beautiful sight. I'm not sure what the long-term effects of all these guys exploring is going to be, actually. I think the area might be contaminated for some time to come yet. But anyway, we'll get after our fighters and bombers and pick off whatever's left. And I think that's another one of the Martyrs exploding there. So that means it's just down to one ship now. I'll just angle it slightly so it bounces off my shields, and I'll let the Wildcats in there to clear up. Looks like the torpedo bombers as well are in there. And it seems like he's sat there doing nothing, dead in the water. Just checking, yeah, my guns are on, so it's not a problem. And I think I might have taken him out, actually. Yep. And another nice easy victory for the forces of communism. I'm going to try and repeat the same result with the Furious on another battle group. And hopefully these shouldn't take too long. We're up against a Thresher, which is quite a nice big battleship, a Martyr, and on the other side we've got a Zealot and a Sea Flayer. So I think what I'll do, same plan as before, concentrate on one group and then take out the other. Ouch, that's not a nice sign. Thankfully all my aircraft seem to have got the idea that we should kill this guy as quickly as possible. And if he keeps concentrating on my carrier, that's going to be a good thing, because I can just rely on my shields for my defense there, and they seem to be doing the job now nicely. Yep, and then goes one of the Martyrs out of action. So it's just down to the main big one out from this force. Then we can swing south and take out the other one. From the Flayers should decrease some of his missiles. Not enough, apparently. Even there goes quite a big chunk of my helicarrier. Thankfully I can repair this pretty quickly, so it's not too much of an issue. Oh, and it looks like he's got shields on him as well. Probably not enough to repel this kind of firepower. A few more missiles and torpedoes into him and he should be out of action. Yeah, you can just see the explosions going off there and wreaking havoc inside of him. And I think it's stopped firing now, so yep. That series of explosions was probably the torpedoes coming home. Yeah, I think what we'll do, we'll leave him for now and concentrate on the other ones. Try to take down this Zealot for one thing. What we'll do is I'll close in on him a little bit. Looks like some of his missiles are trying to come after me. And it looks like some torpedoes from or going in on the little ship there. And I might have lost one of these swordfish as well. So I'll drag him back up to the carrier for repairs. Oh, and there he goes. Nice. Really frustrating how fast the zealot is at times. Just take out his engines and the Wildcat should have no problem with his, having the missiles found a target. And it looks like they have found the target rather nicely. And if so, that should put him out of action now. Well, that budget barrage should definitely do it. Just swing around and watch him find home. And of course he goes underwater where they can't spot him. Brilliant. Let's see if some of my anti-missile cannons can take down some of these. And done a bit of flying as well. Will do the job. Down the aircraft doing... Oh, they're all in pretty good nick, all things considered. And Hanny looks like he's rammed his friend. Oh, nice job, pal. Yeah, look at the massive amount of damage inside there. And it looks like he's pushed his friend underwater to the point where his friend's disintegrating. Yeah, so we're just down to one target now, just a zealot. Maybe even down to 0 targets. Yep, it looks like that, because South Group's dead, so just this guy to take out, and then that's it. That's it. Okay, it's time to get the Courageous back into battle again. And what I'll do is I'll try and take out 2 groups again at the same time. And if I just manoeuvre right, I can just about take them. Yeah, there we go. That way I'm not facing them in 2 completely different directions. A dissector, mortar, a spike. Is it just one sin eater or is there more? No, it's just a one sin eater. And that resource point I think is 5,082. It's barely even worth me going for that, to be honest, but since I like it to be efficient, we'll take it down. Okay, so I'll teleport onto the Courageous and we'll begin the last battles for the White Flayers. Ouch, that looks like they took out one of the turrets there. Thankfully though, we can repair rather quickly, so we can mitigate the damages done there rather nicely. And again, all these shots just bouncing straight off the shields. For the most part, it seems. As long as I can keep him distracted, I can get my aircraft should be able to just fly in there and mop up then. Ouch, not again. If I just get those cram cannons firing onto him, I should be able to pick him off a bit. Looks like we've got missiles away as well. And they seem to be splitting up between the 2 targets. I think that big one over there is a Sin Eater. I think it's I think it can melee some of my air units. So I'll try and avoid getting too close to him if I can. And it looks like he's going down. He might be destroyed even. And if so, that's pretty much down to just 1 unit to take out. I think his engine's still going, so he's AI, not quite AI dead just yet. Ooh, that's a beautiful set of explosions. It could have been torpedoes hitting there or something. And a magazine blowing up. And that's probably enough to put him out of the fight. Yep, looks like he's sinking below the waves now. Trying to be a submarine. And since the swordfish have gone overhead there, they've probably already fired their torpedoes at this one in the water. Oh, he's back on the surface and back into the fight. Not for much longer though, I don't think. And I think that's probably the end of him now. I think they're probably both dead. Yep, he's disintegrating, so that's GG for him. Don't think, yeah, there wasn't any more to take out. Oh, really? What kind of pilots do I have working for me? So, I think the next step is to move my fleet down to the south to help support against the Lightning Hoods campaign, which will be in the future. In the meantime, I'll take out the last two these last two squares for here, and then move on to the village. So, take down...
Moving out.
In fact, I'm pretty better off just taking them on one, actually. Got a Caradon, Stinger, a Spike and another Stinger. So I'll move him to here. No, get the show on the road. And again, it looks like the shot's just bouncing straight off the shields. Yeah, I'm not sure if, mostly bouncing off the shields. Our Caradon's quite a substantial force though. And it looks like he can get around my shield as well, which isn't good. Yeah, manual control. And this isn't good. Still, it looks like we've taken down a heavily damaged one of his. I think we've taken him down actually. Looks like he's lost his engines and is falling back into the water. So if so, it'll just be the Caradon to take down then. I can need to get the angle on him so my shields come into operation. Thank you for not crashing into me. And that's nice, my units helping each other out with healing there. Yeah, suicide attacks, not always the best idea. Drag him back to be repaired anyway. We're going to see another suicide attack here. Not quite. And finally, I think we might have actually taken him down this time. So it's a bit of a Pyrrhic victory for me, well, victory nonetheless. Although I did lose most of my aircraft in the process. Yeah, still call that a victory.
Moving out.
Okay, with the Courageous now reasonably well refueled, I can now send him into battle.
Moving out.
Against this group, and then it'll just be the
out.
village to take out after that.
Moving out.
Well, I wonder if we can be bold and take him out. Take out the mobile force in this
Moving
square
out.
as well at the same
Moving
time.
out.
Maybe, maybe not. No, but I don't want to do that.
Listening.
Just want to take out this fleet first. Yeah, I think we'll just focus on the northern fleet for now and leave the southern one. Yep, so let's decide if we're going to do this. Yep, in that angle. And facing Valkyrie, Earthraker, Sting Mark II and Zealot, a Ripper and a Martyr. Again, I think this is just mopping up really now. And they've got a material advantage of nearly more than 2 to 1 here. And my Wildcat's just swinging around now to come into the attack. Zealot below me there. Just actually on the surface for once, which is somewhat nice. Ouch. Not sure what happened there. I think someone might be using the Graviton Rams again. Yeah. I hate hate it when you do that. I think my best bet's to try and get down a bit lower, actually. And it looks like they've lost one aircraft already. And that one with the Graviton Rams is taking a hit there. I think most of my units are focusing on the big one now. And there we go, the Zealot gets airborne. Typical. Oh, don't get your mate to repair, that doesn't help me. It looks like my air units are focusing on the on a Zealot there. So what I'll do is I'll try and help out if I can.
Engaging now.
Yep, everyone target him. Looks like I've lost both the cram cannons on her. Yeah, get out of the way, get out of the way. That was a little bit too close for comfort there. Let's see how we're doing taking out his units. His Zealot's still nearly at full health. Earthraker's down a bit. Valkyrie and the Ripper are just sitting there dead in the water at the minute. And it looks like his chopper ship is taking quite a bit of damage there. Let's see if we can help send him into the bottom here. Better get out of the way before he crashes into me. I need to do something about that at some point. Stop him being kamikaze. Oh, the Zealot's getting hammered there by missiles from all directions. And I think he's on his way back down again. Interesting manoeuvres he does. If nothing else, they at least make it a bit more difficult for me to take him down. Yep, I have a few cram cannons. Oh, that's nice. A few more like that and we can call it a day. I'll tell you what, we'll stop the helicarrier here and let his the missiles try and take out the one down there. Where are they going? Yeah, they're going after this Sin Eater, is it? No, it's not a Sin Eater. Earth Raker, I think it is. And hopefully that should be the end of him after that little barrage. The blades are still spinning, but that doesn't mean much. I think he's tipped over now. Zealot taking a few hits there from mountain missiles. And hopefully that barrage that's incoming will put him out of the fight for good. In the meantime, I'll keep hammering away at his buddy with the cram cannons and hopefully we'll take down one of these two eventually. They do seem to take a while to take down, I'll give him that. Yep, and I think that one in the water is now dead. So we'll close the distance on the Zealot, finish him off, and then it's just those other two that are dead in the water. Are they actually dead now? Nope, they're still there. I'll probably just leave it for the fighters to mop up those, actually. Nice, that's what I like to see. Nice big explosions. It looks like one of my fighters actually crashed into him, just pushing him around. Really? Swordfish is slowly repairing itself. For some reason my repair tentacles aren't kicking in, I don't know why. A bit annoying. I wonder if I release him, will they kick in then? No, strange. Not if you get the option to capture it, I won't say no. Just need to time this right, just so I'll land on him. Yeah, that looks like he's pretty much done for now. But just jump off him. Yep, timed it perfectly, and with any luck I can get down and capture him. With any luck his AI's dead. Or apparently not. Where is your AI on this thing? How would an AI crowd be trying to avoid all these missiles? Coming near the back, I'd imagine. Yeah, maybe. Oh well, we found it anyway. And thus begins the final battle of the White Flayers. Might as well do both of them at the same time. Doing so we can save a bit of time. Put you in at that altitude and put you in at this altitude. And get the Furious to spawn first this time. And maybe we'll get both of them coming in very quickly. Oh nice, both of them in the action. So we're up against a Basher, a Spike, a couple of Martyrs and a Village. I'll look at the Village closely in a second after I get these fighters launched. And what's the fighters go in for? The last battle of the White Flayers. And it looks like we've got one of them Martyrs already. Beautiful. Now we just need to let the fighters close in and start picking away at the Village now. The Swordfish should be able to handle the ships, and the Wildcats can handle everything else, including the ships. I think I'll leave my carriers out of the fray this time. Yep, there goes another Martyr. And I don't think his flyer can withstand this kind of punishment for long. Nope, seems like he's lost his engines and he's out of there. Good night, Vienna. And we just made Missile just introducing him to the concept of overkill. Yeah. Ouch. He ain't surviving that one. Now let's close in on the Village and see how we're doing. Looks like his ship's gone close to the shore to maybe give him a bit of fire support. Or maybe because he doesn't know what he's doing, one of the two. And those missiles just hammering home there, just helping to finish him off. I think this might be the one with the sort of turret in the middle that explodes rather violently. And our missiles, which if it will probably explode rather violently. Tell you what, forget about the Village for now. We need to focus on taking this guy down. Ooh, and I think one of those torpedoes might do the job. Let's just have a look at how they do. Yeah, rather nicely, if I don't say so myself. Just literally the force of me just pushing him back. And we've now added an indoor pool to his craft. Isn't it nice when we do all these optional customizations for people's enemies' craft? Oh, I think we need to continue the offensive.
Engaging now.
So Wildcats, forget about the Village, just focus on this guy for now. And also, I think he's the last of the mobile forces as well. Yep. Yep, all of his guns offline. And his ship's disintegrating. Rest in peace, the last Flayers battleship. So now it's just down to the last of the Flayers forces, a village. And that's pretty much going to be it, I think, for the White Flayers. And probably for this episode as well. Let's actually have a look at some of these. Oh, there's like a mini grinder. Just in case executing people with the large ones isn't enough. I mean, I've got small ones to do it as well. I think what I'll do, might as well just jump in there and start and capture a few of the buildings along the way. I'll get a little bit more resource from that way. So where do we start? Let's start with the church. Hopefully the MP on my missile should take out his AI, so should just be a case of me just staying near it and letting them do all the work. And I preach that the Flayers are going to be destroyed. Yep, that's one of them at least. Not coming away from this totally empty-handed. Is the air for this one anywhere nearby? Within reach? Oh, that's another one captured. I need to stay away from that missile. That'll kill me rather nicely if I get too close. Sure, the AI for this thing's fried by now. Apparently not. It's more resilient than I expected. Oh, too bad we didn't capture that. But still, we got 2 buildings at least, so we'll be able to salvage something out of it. And has he lost his AI? So can we? Yep, we got him. I want to just jump in there. That's not going to end in disaster, is it? Yeah, I guess that was predictable. But still, that's them done and dusted with. And with that, that's the last of the White Flayers, so it's been a somewhat lengthy campaign to take them out, and to be honest, somewhat repetitive a bit at times. With that finally done, we can now look at taking out our next opponent, which I think is probably going to be the last of the Yonks Watch, which to be honest wouldn't take too long actually to mop up them. On the Lightning Hoods, which will probably take a bit longer to mop up. I've now got most of my fleet down here in position, ready to launch an attack if necessary. But I think for this episode, that's going to be it. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Like, comment and subscribe. And leave a comment below. Let us know what you think.